And you are do these 5 things with your money. Have you ever wondered why some people always seem to have financial difficulties while others seem to have it all together? What if I told you that there are 5 typical errors that you can make that are ruining your finances? Hi there, thrifty people. Have you ever wondered where all of your money disappeared? Ensure that you never have to utter those words again. We're going to explore the top 5 financial mistakes you should never make in today's video. I promise you, staying away from these mistakes might save you a ton of money and stress. Before we begin, please click the subscribe button for more money management advice. Completed? Fantastic, let's get going. Number 5. Don't immediately buy expensive new things. The most crucial thing to refrain from when receiving a large inheritance, the most important thing to avoid is wasteful spending. Large purchases had a dramatic effect on your financial reserves. This is precisely the reason that large purchases usually necessitate careful preparation and protracted savings plans. For example, depending on your particular financial situation, saving for the down payment on your first home may take months or even years. Taking out your debit or credit card carelessly is one of the most crippling things you can do if you've inherited all or a portion of a sizable amount of wealth. It's always wise to live below your means and with the extra money in your bank account. This will undoubtedly change. Even the wealthiest people on the planet frequently place a high priority on it. However, those who haven't experienced this increased net worth may find it challenging to understand how we now calculate their means. You'll be able to correctly manage this new capital if you take a step back and take some time to figure out where you stand financially after the inheritance. It could also be alluring to go out and buy a more opulent car or revamp your clothing. However, financing may still be necessary for many items, which if you don't properly calculate how much you'll owe each month in repayments, might completely destroy your inheritance. Number 4. Don't stop saving up for retirement. It can also appear that a sizable inheritance would be a good substitute for retirement funds. Generally speaking, a parent dies while their kids are in a stage of life where they are actively considering retirement. If unanticipated events or issues don't arise, an adult child will probably lose their parents in their 50s or even 60s. But regardless of the amount left to you in a loved one's will, you should never stop saving for retirement until you're prepared to start taking money out of these assets. A number of life events, including emergencies and changes in circumstances, can significantly impact your financial strategy. It could be alluring to spend a sizable inheritance or to transfer the entire amount to your retirement plan in lieu of making additional contributions. However, a lot can happen between now and the time in the future when your retirement funds start to accrue. Moreover, keep in mind that when someone else experiences their own loss and suffering, your money will eventually become their bequest. Retirement savings not only provide a tax-advantaged opportunity to save money, as well as a way to lower annual taxable income, but every dollar you save now will increase the stability of your finances going forward and for the loved ones you intend to leave money for. Number 3. Never invest it all in illiquid vessels. The king is liquidity. While putting part of your money in illiquid investments and savings accounts is a smart idea, the majority of your savings should be in accounts that you can access when needed. In general, a savings account that guarantees instant access will not yield the same return on investment as savings instruments such as bonds and CD holdings. For investors to truly use these savings instruments, they must provide value, which typically takes the form of increased interest earning potential. But despite your best efforts, lifestyle creep will always sneak in. Managing your newfound fortune's increased daily expenses can prove to be quite challenging and financially costly if you have invested your entire inheritance in an illiquid investment vehicle. You might also have to surrender a portion of the inheritance to pay taxes. On the other hand, if you've inherited an investment property, you will need some cash on hand to handle ordinary bills and upkeep. Because life gets messy sometimes, it's important to maintain positive cash flow and budgetary math by setting aside a suitable portion of this bequest in easily accessible savings accounts. Number 2. Avoid flaunting your new wealth online. Though it may seem apparent, it is imperative that you refrain from sharing about your newfound money or otherwise showing it off on the internet or even in your neighborhood. You will create 2 distinct problems that are quite challenging to handle by bringing up the fact that you have inherited a substantial sum of money. First of all, if people know about your inheritance, it may make you a target for thieves, burglars, and con artists to score both online and offline for their next victim's weaknesses. Just as it's not a good idea to publish when you're going on vacation or spending a lot of time away from home, announcing your newfound fortune is a terrific method to attract unscrupulous people to you. Less obviously, though, telling those close to you about the amount of money you inherited might lead to awkward situations with friends and family. Your pals may act a little needy if you inherit a large quantity of money, either actively or passively trying to climb on your coattails. Friends may start to believe that hanging out with you will pay for things without them having to take money out of their own wallets. It's possible that some friends will even want you to be more giving, which could strain your friendship. It's simply more convenient to withhold this data. Number 1. Don't forget to consider your tax burden. Finally, keep in mind that you may have to pay inheritance taxes on any money you receive as a beneficiary of someone else. The federal government does not impose inheritance taxes on bequests of cash or assets, but 6 states do. The state filing requirements of Iowa, Kentucky, Maryland, Nebraska, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania all include inheritance taxes. However, inheritance taxes only affect a small percentage of taxpayers, approximately 2% of all taxpayers as per TurboTax. Although state-by-state assessments will differ, the tax only becomes operative when your inheritance exceeds a specific level. If you're a loved one's executor, you might have to take care of estate taxes before allocating assets in accordance with the will. Regarding estate taxes, the same general guidelines apply, ensuring that many beneficiaries never have to worry about this aspect of the tax legislation. But when it comes to a large inheritance, it's always worth investigating whether you need to take any action to ensure that you comply with state and federal laws. I appreciate you looking. Remember to subscribe and like our YouTube channel.